Well, hello people. Welcome to the next Senpai. Get ready to enter the spectacular world of Reincarnation anime, where the main characters are not only just strong, but also have something that is absolutely beyond normal limits. Through blessings of the gods, with surprising cheat skills, or legendary entities reborn with abnormal abilities that automatically make their enemies tremble. For this video, we're not just giving you 10, but 20 recommended ultimate anime lists about Reincarnation anime, with main characters who are reborn as the strongest prodigies. Keeping watching this video and stay awesome. Let's go. This anime tells the story of Fan Lingxiao, a talented spirit pet master from the Lingxiao section, who was betrayed and devoured by his own spirit pet, a giant whale named Kun. After his death, he was reincarnated as Lu Fengmong, a teenager imprisoned in the White Mansion of Bai, while the Lingxiao section was on the verge of collapse. With his previous extraordinary knowledge and intelligence, Fan Lingxiao leads his new spirit pets and rebuilds new allies to uncover the truth behind the conspiracy and rebuild his clan again. The strength of this anime lies in its rich fantasy world, which features a spirit pet concept monster taming like Pokemon or Digimon, but with a more strategic and complex battle system. The animation stands out with its high quality, especially during intense battles, combined with stunning choreography. Although the bonding between the main character and his new spirit pets tends to be rushed, the story successfully combines intense action with drama and character development, featuring a strong and strategic main character in a vast and mysterious fantasy world. A captivating new Isekai anime begins with the protagonist's tragic past. He dies after being slandered, burdened with debt, and betrayed by those around him, including his own wife. Reborn into the ruling family of a vast interstellar empire under the nickname Liam Sarah Banfield, he is determined to start his path to become an evil lord and restore the kingdom's glory in unexpected ways, including eradicating corruption and reforming the system without compromise. Liam attempts to be a selfish antagonist, but his decisions ultimately lead to peace and prosperity in his empire. This intriguing twist actually enhances his appeal as an autocratic leader, steering his realm away from the dark age of Banfield. The layered conflict involves dark comedy, space battles, and mecha development. The main character is revolutionary and ruthless in his ambitions, willing to eliminate anyone who dares to oppose him. Magic Maker presents a unique story about Xion, a man who died dreaming of mastering magic in the modern world, but was reincarnated into a fantasy world that seemingly does not have any information about magic. With intelligence and determination, he creates magic from scratch based on modern scientific knowledge and magical energy that was previously considered delusion. This anime is unique because it does not feature a protagonist already overpowered from the start, but rather shows the process of learning and gradually developing magical abilities so that it can be useful in his second life. The story is relatively light action, but interesting for Isekai fans who want to see the main character's struggles and creativity in overcoming a world without magic. Magic Maker offers a fresh perspective on the Isekai genre and fueling the audience's curiosity about adventures full of innovation and unyielding spirit. A programmer and robot-obsessed otaku reincarnated in a fantasy world, where colossal robotic war machines called Silhouette Knights fighting against a monster. It combines elements of Isekai and mecha, focusing on Ernesti's love of mecha technology. However, Ernesti's positive energy and enthusiasm keep the show entertaining throughout its 13 episodes. Overall, Knights in Magic is perfect for mecha fans who want to enjoy a light Isekai formula with fun robot battles without expecting a complex plot or highly developed characters. It is still satisfying for the audience to follow a genius main character who invents combat tools to defeat his enemies. It tells the story of a talented pastry chef who suddenly passed away while pursuing his dream of becoming the world's best pastry chef. Given a second chance by a goddess, he is reincarnated into a fantasy world as Pastry Mill Morteln, the eldest son of a low-caste nobleman. In his new world, scarce ingredients render sweets a luxury, due to poor agricultural conditions and monopolization by the greedy royal family. However, Pastry still maintained his passion and extraordinary talent for baking. He was determined to start a dessert revolution by developing agricultural techniques and utilizing the magical powers he unlocked through a divine ceremony. This anime offers a unique blend of the Isekai show and slice-of-life genre, with a warm and hopeful focus on creating the best pastries and a confectionery paradise in his second life. Immerse yourself in stunning visuals, indulge in mouth-watering food creations, and inviting atmosphere of family togetherness. The story follows Gaius, the great magician who was disappointed because his magic crests limit his potential to become the world's strongest sage. Knowing that a person's crest is unchangeable, he decides to reincarnate thousands of years in the future, hoping to obtain the best magic crests he has failed to acquire. He is reborn as Matthias Hildesheimer, a young talented wizard with the weakest crest, but with magical abilities and strategies far above average. Matthias finds himself in a new world filled with political challenges at the Magic Academy, and faces the threat of new demons trying to take over the world. Combines spell-less magic and clever tactics, he is ready to fight all the enemies that come against him, including training his weak allies like Iris, Luri, and Alma, to help him face the unexpected conflicts of the Magic Academy. The series features impressive magical action and follows a formula where the protagonist effortlessly overcomes challenges. His anime tells the story of Princess Anisfia Wynn Policia, who despite being unable to use magic like most mainstream nobles, but she is ambitious in her research to create a revolutionary theory based on her past life memories. She is determined to change the rigid world of magic with a new scientific innovation and inclusive approach by combining various resources with her modern knowledge. On the other hand, Euphilia Magenta, the daughter of a duke, experiences social humiliation after her engagement is cancelled and finds protection and true friendship with Anisfia. The storyline combines royal politics drama, personal struggles, and the development of magic, with a fresh premise of reincarnation, bringing new enlightenment to the world of innovation magic. The visuals and animation are captivating, supported by background music that blends with the story's emotions. This choice appeals to viewers seeking a strong female lead and deep personal development themes. The anime follows Inglis, a legendary hero king who devoted his life to constructing his nation. To reward him for his honorable achievements, the goddess Alistia appears, grants him one wish, and reincarnates him in the future as a noble girl named Chris. Here, she didn't need to think too much. She deliberately chose to live without political ambition and avoided royal romance, to focus on honing her sword skills to perfection. This story is not just about fighting. The attraction of this show is that the protagonist has no magical powers, which are not in line with the world's needs, but she relies only on the ancient skills she acquired in her previous life. Rejected as a knight, she becomes her cousin's squire, allowing her to focus on fighting stronger enemies. This is complemented by the unique situational humor when the personality of Inglis Eucus, a mature man and authoritative king, is sometimes unintentionally carried over into the body of an adorable teenage girl. A new Isekai anime released in summer 2023. It tells the story of a 30-year-old man who dies suddenly and is reincarnated into a new world, with the blessings of a goddess as a young noble. However, the goddess miscalculates the power she gives him, casting him out because he is considered weak and could tarnish the kingdom's reputation. His encounter with Flay accidentally activates his true abilities, allowing him to dominate every battle with decisive victories easily. Adopting his new identity as Haruto Zenfis, he hides his powers and lives a simple life, enjoying time with his family in the countryside while playing games. If an emergent situation comes, Haruto will only use his powers when the situation threatens his new family. For his act of kindness in saving two girls from being stabbed by a stranger, the gods gave him the opportunity to be reborn as Cain von Silford, the son of a wealthy nobleman, where he wanted to live a quiet life away from the attention of many people. However, Cain received the gift of extraordinary powers from the seven gods, making him a strongest prodigy, allowing him to use cheat-like abilities in swordsmanship, magic, and many other aspects. Its main appeal lies in the balance between epic adventures fantasy, aristocratic life, and the secrets of Cain's power that are slowly revealed in each episode. While the storyline may seem cliché, with its overpowered protagonist concept, this anime remains enjoyable due to its lighthearted tone and entertaining character interactions. Is suitable for viewers who like the classic Isekai formula with a young hero full of surprises and light action that brings a refreshing feel to this anime. What would happen if the most powerful demon king, feeling lonely and bored with his absolute power, reincarnated as an ordinary human to experience a simpler life and interact with the world from a new perspective? This anime showcases an engaging mix of action-packed magic, comedy, and social dynamics set in a magic academy. It features strong characters and light humor that entertain viewers without being overly serious. The story explores themes of friendship and struggle within a rich fantasy world. Despite trying to be ordinary, the main character, Ard Meteor, still possesses extraordinary powers that make him stand out in his new world, where a new adventure awaits him at the Magic Academy, and he cannot escape his destiny as the unrivaled legend. They make each episode full of surprises, connection, and tense conflicts, making it difficult to stop watching. By the Grace of the Gods tells the story of Ryoma Takebayashi, the life of a middle-aged Japanese businessman who died after a life full of misfortune and was reincarnated into a fantasy world as an 8-year-old boy. Receiving a most cordial and divine welcome from the gods, Ryoma decided to live a simple life in the forest for 3 years while training his abilities and taming hundreds of slimes that help him in various activities, from fighting wild monsters, hunting, and cleaning up everything. This anime highlights the themes of peace and healing after the difficulties of his past life, with a relaxed and warm atmosphere that is refreshing for the audience. The appeal of this anime lies in its calm and balanced story, which avoids focusing too much on action or romance, as the main characters show their humanistic side and sincere friendship. It manages to characterize the main character, who wants to celebrate a second life, with kind people in another world. Didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life? Also known by everyone as Nukin, tells the story of Mile, a reincarnated girl who asks for her abilities in her new life to be average, so she can live a peaceful life like normal person. However, that wish becomes an extraordinary power that overwhelms without her realizing it. This anime combines isekai elements with light comedy and light adventure stories, with her amateur group called Crimson Vow, and the fresh satirical humor that pokes fun at isekai stereotypes. Although the story tends to be cliché and the plot is condensed, Nukin is still enjoyable thanks to its hilarious nature and the protagonist's overwhelming power, which attracts the attention of many people. The visuals and animation are pretty standard, but each character's funny characteristics and personalities make this show feel light and entertaining for fans of the isekai genre. One good example of an intriguing isekai series that takes time to build good develop the main character. The main character starts his life as the world's greatest assassin in modern society. Despite his loyalty, his own organization betrays and eliminates him because they decide he is too strong and will be a threat in the future. After encountering a goddess, he is reincarnated into a fantasy world with a crucial mission. He must use his skills to stop the flawed hero and prevent that world's destruction. Reborn as the oldest son of the clan of assassins, he was often called a boy genius prodigy and given the new identity of Lu Tuatha Day. This reincarnation gives him the resources and legitimacy he lacked in his previous life. He combines his previous experience as the world's greatest assassin with his new magical skills. Lu succeeds because he thinks carefully about every move. He relies on preparation, precision, and psychological tactics, which significantly differ from the unsympathetic killing style of his previous life. This anime tells the story of Haruyoshi Kugano, the strongest exorcist in history, who was betrayed and killed by his companion, because of his extraordinary powers is unbeatable. As he draws his last breath, he casts a secret spell that allows him to reincarnate as Seika Lamprog, an illegitimate son of a noble family that prides itself on magic. But Seika cannot use the new world's magic like normal people. He retains his old exorcism techniques, including summoning powerful familiars and manipulating curse techniques. With the help of her new companions, Seika uses tactics and his deep mastery of exorcism to protect those he cares about and face the threats of the new world. This show has its own appeal when viewers want a main character who is not naive and is a little cunning to achieve his goals, because Seika is unapologetically ruthless, decisively eliminating his opponents to achieve his goals. Imagine being the most powerful demon king in history, reincarnating after 2,000 years into magical age, but only to find the world he left behind full of deceptions. Every historical record and artifact he left behind in the name of world peace are all falsified, where somebody masqueraded beneath the name of an imposter. To his surprise, he soon discovers that the level of magic in the world has drastically waned during his absence. The Misfit of Demon King Academy invites you to witness how Anos Voldigode, and he is branded as a misfit, struggles to prove his true identity at an academy that should know him. In a blend of epic magical action and captivating emotional drama, The Misfit of Demon King Academy satisfies viewers as they watch Anos, an overwhelmingly powerful protagonist with an unrivaled sense of self-confidence, mercilessly wipe out all enemies who underestimate him. This anime tells the story of Wei Wuxian, a prodigious cultivator known as the founder of the Demon Path, where he uses forbidden techniques that can control evil spirits and the undead. After a betrayal that led to his cultivation clan defeating and dies an enemy of the cultivation world, Wei Wuxian is reincarnated into a body named Mo Zhuan Yu and returns to a cultivation world full of conspiracies, chaos, and destruction. With his previous memories, he becomes involved in a series of mysteries in the spiritual world and slowly uncovers the truth of a murder mystery, alongside his oldest friend. The animation and soundtrack create an immersive Chinese fantasy world, full of culture and mythology. It combines intense, outstanding magical action with deep, complex drama to uncover the mystery behind tragic events. In his previous life, Lloyd de Saloum was known as an ordinary wizard with no talents and low magical blood. After dying in a magical duel and being humiliated by the nobility, he was reincarnated as the 7th prince of the Kingdom of Saloum, with his memories, ambitions, and life experiences from his previous life. Gaining privileges as a noble's child, Lloyd the Magic Maniac could develop his magical abilities by utilizing unlimited resources without political pressure. While exploring and combining other mystical phenomena, he was even willing to do anything to research and explore until he achieved the results he desired. This anime is known for its high-quality animation and creative magic battle scenes with stunning choreography, accompanied by an overpowered protagonist who focuses on magical research and the in-depth development of magic with his familiar, a powerful demon who terrorized the Kingdom of Saloum until he was finally sealed in a forbidden book. This anime is highly recommended for fans of fantasy and magic. It features an invincible protagonist who is calm, strategic, and ambitious. It began with the story of a young Japanese man who had struggled to become a shadow master, but was hindered by the limitations of the human world. After an accident that took his life, he was reincarnated in a new world as a nobleman named Chid Kageno, with a simple life goal: to enjoy his unlimited shadow abilities. On a whim, he created the secret organization Shadow Garden to fight against an evil cult that was originally just a figment of his imagination. The humor-filled action, the political intrigue of the kingdom, strong supporting characters make this anime both popular and polarizing in the modern Isekai world. This show is an attractive choice for lovers of overpowered and genius main character with a sarcastic sense of humor. The dramatization is conceptualized through his persona, which always pretends to be weak and reveals his true power at the perfect time. Lord of Mysteries is a remarkable revolution in the Donghua series, offering a top-notch quality that can even compete with popular mainstream anime, and an overall visual quality that approaches absolute cinema level. With a storyline that requires patience and focus, this series explores layers of complex mysteries, underground organizations, and supernatural powers with a depth rarely seen in the mainstream fantasy genre. The story follows Zhou Ming Rui, who is awakened by a bundle of mysteries and finds himself reincarnated as Klein Moretti in a steampunk world full of mystery and magic. Klein, who becomes a Beyonder, a human with supernatural powers, begins investigating his own mysterious death and the dark secrets of this new world through the secret organization known as the Tarot Club. This series highlights a blend of gothic, cosmic horror, and thriller themes, set in a complex world building brimming with magic conspiracies and intrigue. Mushoku Tensei is a new phenomenal anime series considered a pioneer and a new benchmark, taking isekai stories to the next level. It tells the story of Rudius Greyrat, a loser reincarnated into a fantasy world with the opportunity to improve his previously bleak life. The series excels in building a detailed fantasy world, high-quality animation, and deep complex character development. Although the protagonist is controversial due to his perverse nature, the story still balances adventure, drama, and heartbreaking moments, making it interesting and rich in nuance. Each subsequent season maintains this quality and reinforces it with more mature narratives with stunning cinematic animation and increasingly deep conflicts. The main protagonist is portrayed as a strongest prodigy magician, with extraordinary natural abilities in using magic without incantations, and intensive training from an early age. This evolution creates a complex and relatable, overpowered protagonist, who is interesting for the audience's emotional participation. I really appreciate you sticking with me until the very end. Your support means a lot to us. If you're enjoying the anime list we've put together, we'd absolutely love it if you'd subscribe and give it a like. We would absolutely love to hear your comments and suggestions. We'd absolutely love to hear your recommendations for other anime that might spark some great content for us. Have a nice day, everyone. I'm signing out, and peace.